Hey folks, Matt from artoftheimage.com. The GH5's creating a stir. Probably, I was going to say arguably, but pretty much not even arguable that it's the best interchangeable lens camera out there. Almost at any price, really, for video. I don't think anything beats it for features and what it can do and just how good, all the juice that Panasonic's packed into this thing. It's some viewers discussing this. Some of our regulars, Dunny Monster, and then Steve Fernihue. I think I'm saying that right, Steve, I hope. Dunny had said, I'd only buy the GH5 if I was primarily shooting 4K video. I've no doubt it will have good stills performance, likely best in class alongside the top-end Olympus, but it still isn't going to beat a DSLR in my opinion. For somebody shooting fast-moving sports and wildlife, I'd stick to a DSLR, specifically the Nikon D500. Not only is its autofocus acquisition one of the best, you will also have access to a myriad of fast primes too. Its high ISO capability will allow fast shutter speeds whilst still keeping images clean and relatively noise-free, something Micro Four Thirds will struggle with in comparison. Now, I don't disagree with what Dunny's saying there, but to put it in perspective, the GH5 is probably a stop or two cleaner than anything else in Micro Four Thirds. The autofocus system, I would say, will rival just about any autofocus system out there. So it's quite arguably the best thing we've seen for Micro Four Thirds. And maybe not even for Micro Four Thirds. I'm saying it can compete head-on in fast-moving sports and things like that. Are there cameras in DSLRs that perhaps maybe can... I was going to say track better, but the GH5 is just incredible, and you're going to see more and more of this as people get theirs from their orders, and it's not just people testing them. It's an incredible camera. I think it's revolutionary in the sense that you won't be able to really say this about DSLRs. Yes, you could get a DSLR with a little better high ISO performance still, but everything else, I don't know. I think you're going to find the GH5's really a game changer. Steve Fernie says, I think I agree even though I use a Panasonic G85 myself. I still find that the speed and accuracy of the autofocus is better on a DSLR. I've spoken to owners of the Nikon D500 and they say it is super fast AF and very accurate with lovely images. And yeah, it is. No doubt about it. The G85 is fantastic. It begs the question, GH5, G85, which one's best for you? For me, I would love the GH5, and if Panasonic offers me one, I will take one for an indefinite review, or for a long-term review. But that said, the G85 does everything I need. That's what I'm shooting with right now. I can do fantastic 4K video with it, and it suits my needs very well, as it does most people's needs. I think most of you would be more than happy with the G85 and don't need to step up to the GH5. If you're going to get into full pro video production, or you're doing, if you're doing a lot of video, if everything you're doing is video, and you're doing a lot of paid work, a lot of pro stuff, and you just need bleeding cutting edge technology, by all means, the GH5 is worth the money. For a lot of what a lot of us are going to do, even on pro work though, you might be better served with a pair of G85s, maybe even a pair of G7s. So what's best for you? Only you can say based on what your needs are. But you should really make a checklist and see. Because for most people, I would argue the G85 is going to tick most of your boxes. And then, by all means, if you want to buy the GH5, pardon me while I scratch my knee. If you want to buy the GH5 because you have the money and you just want the best of the best, I wouldn't dissuade you. I do things like that too. I like owning nice stuff. But the G85 is also very nice. And if you're shooting pro stuff, you're going to want two cameras, either for B-roll or backup or whatnot. You might want three. It's a lot cheaper to buy a pair or a triple set of G85s than it is GH5s. So, what do you guys think? Which one would you go with and why? What's best for your needs? Do you agree? It might be a G85. It might even be a G7 still. Very good value camera. Or do you need a GH5? Let's discuss it a bit. Dunny and Steve have brought up some interesting points. Thank you very much. Always like to hear you guys, your feedback and your contributions. Gets me thinking. And stay tuned. We'll be back soon here at artoftheimage.com. Thanks.